What is up, sports fans? We are back for another episode of The Fan and the End. I'm your host, as always, Steve Rochelle, with my man, the big man, Mr. Ben Troupe. Ben, how are we feeling this afternoon, my friend?
Man, we're feeling good. I mean, another day above ground. Just dealing with these gas prices. I got people at the gas station saying, "Man, I get you 2 for 1 on this gas." Like, what you mean? This gas is $4 and something. Hey. I mean, what kind of gas you got? I got some gas over there in my car. Like, no. I don't want to pay for the gas at the gas station, but I'm not buying gas out of your car. No, that might be vinegar or something. Nope, not doing it. But it is good to be back, sir. No doubt about it. No doubt.
And no doubt to be back. Glad to have you on here as always. And as always, every episode here on the Fan in the End is brought to you by our good friends Fight Wax. Fight Wax is the ultimate skincare and defense. Helps treat cuts, swelling, scrapes, and abrasions, rejuvenates and restores stress skin. Customers has used for soreness, stiffness, and recovery. Designed for athletes of all active lifestyle. Provides an ultra silky, non-greasy feel. Deep hydration for everyday skincare. Helps fight dry skin. Customers have used for eczema, psoriasis, and other skin disorders. And when you head over to fightwax.com, make sure you use that code SFT15FW and show our friends over at Fight Wax some love. And speaking of love, we need more love in the air, and this is something we were going to talk about last week, and I still want to talk to you about this. Why is it we live in a day and age where we have to deal with the whole Jackson Dart situation with our current President Trump, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, and I'm not left. I'm not right. Me and Ben say it all the time. We part of the Common Sense Committee over here.
And we are not taking applications right now. We're still trying to get the infrastructure put together.
My thing is no, buddy, no. Neither of these hats are going anywhere. Ben's not taking his hat off. I'm not taking my hat off. You're not tell us how to wear our attire. We dress ourselves. So we
Yes.
men over here. Stop that.
Put your hat on. Put your hat on. How about that?
So this whole thing starts because Abdul Carter basically has a response on social media, and they have a team meeting, and beyond me why they have a team meeting. But then the kicker about the whole thing is Abdul Carter wasn't even at his team meeting because he was observing a Muslim holiday with his family. That he's the one that kind of started the social media kind of kickback that kind of stirred up the fact that we had to have a meeting that Jackson Dart didn't endorse President Trump, wasn't a political thing. He just introduced him at some appearance, rally, whatever. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure what it was. That's how much I don't care about it. Leave politics out of sports, people. Let's please do this. Let's please keep it out of it. But the fact that the New York Giants, football starting quarterback has to address this, have a press conference afterwards, have to sit down there and have conversations with his teammates is beyond me, dude. Is beyond me. I don't care if he's white. I don't care if he's black. I don't care if he's Puerto Rican, if he's Mexican, if he's Asian. Like, I don't care if you're what you're doing outside of playing for the given sport team that you're there for. wasn't doing anything that was hurting anybody, at least in my opinion. So, what are your thoughts on, man? Like politics, sports? Let's
Well,
let's keep it separated in the fact that Jackson Dart had to even rest us on the level that he did.
the thing about it, Stephen, is politics won't leave sports alone. You know, everybody always say the whole "shut up and dribble" or "shut up and play" or "throw" or "catch" or "run." Jackson Dart introduced, President Trump. It's going to be big news because he's a starting quarterback for the Giants, the biggest media market in the world. And we love narratives. We live in a, social media driven, viral driven, clickbait driven. If Jackson Dart does what he does, he's probably still going to get the backlash because of who he is and where he plays. If Abdul Carter don't say anything, I don't think it blows up as big as it does. Now, does Abdul Carter have every right to say what he says? Yeah. Did Jackson Dart do anything wrong? No. But Abdul Carter needs to know you also play for the Giants. If I'm not mistaken, not that it matters, but I think he's Muslim. It's not that it matters, whatever his religion affiliation is, whatever he believes. But it's these guys got the same way you come into the league, Stephen, and you got to learn what it is to be a pro. Dude, you got to know what happens when you press send. You can't. These once I bring it back to you and me, Stephen. Don't we got each other's phone numbers? Yeah. Can we call each other, text each other? Yeah, like that's when, because number one, and then it was so orchestrated when I think Jackson Dart had just got done with his press conference. Abdul Carter about to have his day. Dapper. It's like, look, if you go to a family reunion and you ask, "Hey man, what do you guys want to eat?" You're gonna get a lot, of different opinions. That's why the menu is already set. Bring your behind over here. The food is here. If you don't want it, don't eat. When it comes to Abdul Carter, look, you have to be very, very careful because saying something and then saying, well, of course you can believe what you want. Of course you can say what you want. Of course you can have your opinion. Of course you can have your stance. You just can't do it publicly. You're not just another person walking around New York, Abdul Carter. Who's you, the third overall pick? Stop doing. Come on, man. Now in Jackson Dart's defense, Jackson, this isn't Ole Miss. You are the starting quarterback for the Giants. And here's the thing. I know I'm gonna say something to Jackson. I'm gonna say something to Abdul Carter. I'm gonna say something to anybody that's listening that's a pro athlete, especially if you're a rookie going to your. You can say no. Like hey man, you want to introduce the president? Yeah. But here's the thing. Stephen, we don't speed because we don't like to drive fast. We don't speed because we don't want to get a ticket. We are weighing out the consequences. I am not saying Jackson Dart did anything. Let me start. He didn't do anything wrong. But here's the thing, Stephen. We have been watching football a long time. The only time we see football players and presidents is when they win the Super Bowl, right? You don't got to introduce them. They introducing you. So if Donald Trump wanted to ingratiate himself with New York, he's from New York. He's from there. It'll be fine. But because here's what's really happening. Not a matter of if. When the Giants start stinking up the joint, and they will, they're gonna look back to this locker room camaraderie, chemistry. Are the guys doing it? Listen, Abdul Carter, here's the thing. Why don't you get off that milk carton and get to the quarterback? Because last year you were making headlines for the wrong reasons. You were not making headlines to get to the quarterback. First, you wanted Lawrence Taylor number. That was a dub. Nope. Then you look at certain things that you probably should, I don't know, go through your history and like erase it, or turn the volume down, whatever you was doing. So the Giants got enough to deal with their quarterback coming off an injury, with their running back coming off an injury, with their starting receiver coming off an injury. I know we might even get to Odell Beckham Jr. re-signing with the Giants and them signing like Barrios and those guys and Juju Smith-Schuster and all that. But yes, if if Abdul Carter and Jackson Dart ever wanted to know what it was like to be a New York football giant, now you know because Abdul, you definitely threw gas on the fire. Jackson, just you got to pick your battles, man. I mean, like I say, I mean, I've never introduced a president. Probably will never get a chance to be in the general vicinity of a president. But I sure wouldn't have wanted to do it if I'm playing for the Titans or the Bucks or the Raiders because I don't know how to answer questions like that. I'm too young to fully understand the magnitude of the situation. No, Jackson, you didn't do anything wrong. Stick to figuring out how to deal with that Phillies defense. You won't. You ain't gonna figure it out. You're gonna get beat up. And focus more on your job and focus less on politics. But yeah, it did have a 72 hour news cycle, Stephen, and then you had half the people saying Abdul should have said something, Jackson should have done something. Listen, football never sleeps. We got headlines all day long, but I do agree with you. I think that when it comes to the politics, you have to be very, very careful because once you open up that door, which the door is kind of already open, can you close it? And that's the thing. It ain't open up the door. Can you get that bad boy closed again? It is closed for now. But when things start going bad in training camp or something like that, they're going to revisit these moments because bad teams got built-in excuses and good teams got built-in reasons. And that's why good teams are good teams and bad teams are bad teams. That's my take on it.
Like, I'm not gonna beat the drum, dude. Like, it's just one of those things where I think you gotta you gotta keep it separate, and it's not just with when I say keeping politics out of sports, keep it out of my entertainment too. Keep it out of my movies. Keep it out of my school. I don't want it. No, man. I was mad alone when they started making them do the voting booths at the schools. I'm like, you're just trying to groom the next generation there, so to speak.
Well, because you know what happens is that whoever the principal is or the superintendent is, they're gonna try to sway kids one way or another. And I'm like, look, let them learn it. Let them learn how to write in cursive. You know what I'm saying? Teach them about history. You know, when they 18, if they wanna vote, that kind of stuff, or be in politics, that kind of stuff should come from the home. It shouldn't be being influenced outside the home. Because if you're left leaning, it's going to be a lot of left leaning rhetoric. If you're right leaning, it's going to be a lot of right leaning rhetoric. If you're independent, which I don't even know if superintendents or teachers are allowed to be independent. God forbid you think for yourself. What?
Yeah.
You can think for myself. Yeah. Think about that concept. That's crazy. But yeah. But I do agree. It's because it's the waters are so muddy, Stephen. It's almost like your son come home saying stuff. You like, and the first thing you say is, "Who told you that?" Huh? Oh, at school they said, "Are they fact checking at school?" What's that? They see for accuracies and inaccuracies. No, they said this is what it is, and that's it. No, that's kind of not how that is. So I will handle that. Adults influencing children, I'm not signing up for that.
And speaking about ridiculous in sports, how about some ridiculous things that we talked about in the past that have been officially righted? Did you see what was going on with the Teddy Bridgewater situation?
Yes.
They signed in a law by Governor DeSantis that allows public school head coaches to spend upwards of $15,000 of their own funds on student athlete welfare with written parental consent. Obviously, Teddy was suspended by Miami Northwestern for the 25-26 school year due to allegations provided impermissible benefits to his players during his tenure as head coach. As I just stated, me, Ben, and the guys that already talked about this during last year, the bill is put into place. Like I said, going from one ridiculousness is in sports to the other end of it. But the Teddy Bridgewater Act, so to speak, is enacted, and hopefully we don't see anything silly like that ever happen again. glad to see something like that happen, Ben?
I am, but it also speaks to Stephen how widespread what Teddy Bridgewater was doing. He was the most famous coach in Florida doing it, obviously, but it begs the question: what type of funding do we got going on with these football programs? Like, if the fact that I got it now, as a person that spent some time in Miami, I'm guessing that the part of Miami that Miami Northwestern in isn't, you know, the most, athlete friendly environment you've ever seen. But I think about how many coaches wish they had the extra funds or the funds that Teddy Bridgewater had to do. But the mere fact that you had to get rid of, suspend him as a coach and then you enact this, I mean, somebody got some explaining to do. How you going to suspend me then? Let's call it a Teddy Bridgewater act. So we're going to do him wrong to do him right? Hello? Like, we need to. And that's what, once again, adults again, messing stuff up. When kids mess stuff up, hey, man, we get it. We can go in there. Adults, it's like, all you had to do was say, good job, Teddy. Like, how you suspend me from using my money? I ain't getting no money from nobody. I didn't say I got some money from this fund and use it for me. The state of Florida is nuts. I mean, when you talk about high school athletics, especially football in particular, they got a lot of renovations to do. But this is a step in the right direction. There's so many coaches out there not named Teddy Bridgewater doing so much for the athletes. I'm just happy that now they don't have to risk losing their jobs or getting fired for, I don't know, helping a kid get food, transportation, cleats, or whatever they're doing. So good job by the state of Florida. Bad, ways of getting there. The way you got there was trash. It was awful. But Teddy Bridgewater, he has been a professional throughout this entire process. And for those who don't know, Teddy Bridgewater was volunteering as a coach well before he got hired. So, go figure that.
Go figure that. They don't want to tell that side of the story, do they?
Oh, no. That makes it, come on. Once again, we are the Common Sense Corporation. And what we do is we businesses, entertainment, schools, and we do oversight. Like when somebody said the Teddy Bridgewater rule. Wait. Y'all the same one that suspended him? Yeah. Let's address that. Don't just bring this in. Like don't, because y'all would how he was doing y'all, he gave y'all a layup and y'all missed it. You missed the layup. And then gonna try to come back and say, yeah, we got it. No. So they did get this right, but we got to check y'all books to see what other kind of dumb stuff y'all doing. Because if y'all can mess this up, what else are y'all doing that y'all messing up? Just and we're going to go over the books on our own. We're not going to let you guys do an investigation on yourself and find no wrongdoing. I think it's the dumbest thing ever when you let the people you wait a minute, you are accused of this and you get to, yeah, we're going to do it internally. Nope. That's not going to work for me. Send it to our offices and we'll send you the invoice for our services.
And as we're along them lines, it's been a while that we've talked about it, but we got to talk about the Brandon Sorsberry situation, right? We live in a day and age where everyone bets. Everyone bets everywhere on everything. There's prop bets. You can bet if there's a streaker that's going to be that runs out during the Super Bowl. I bet there's going to be a prop bet this coming week for one, if not all of the World Cup games for a similar situation, right? So the quarterback there at Texas Tech was, betting on his own team, got caught and has basically been what? He's been revoked opportunity to compete for Texas Tech this year. Do you think they're handling this the right way? Does this feel a little Pete Rose-esque to you, in your opinion? I mean, obviously, Sorsberry's not not the head coach as well, but um, it's I think it's something that could have been handled in a different way, not this way, in my
Well,
opinion. But I don't know what NCAA rule guidelines speak on. But what do you think here, Ben?
since this has happened, a freaking judge has given an injunction to him to actually give him eligibility to play. So some judge came and said, we think it's okay for him to play. I don't know how that goes. Here's the thing about the Salisbury thing. Texas Tech is in a pickle because Georgia's AD, the University of Georgia Athletic Director, has already come out and said we will not be playing Texas Tech in anything. I'm not like I don't care male or female because it's an indictment on. Here's the thing: the young man was betting. He got caught. People thought it was an isolated incident, and it wasn't. I mean, he was going crazy with these bets. For a judge to say, "Oh, he can still play," does that judge know what they're doing? You will open up a can of worms that's going to be crazy. I think Texas Tech is probably going to do this. They're probably going to not play him because they're thinking about the future and the present. They're probably not going to play him and say, "Look, it would be the collateral damage that could be done from this. The damage, the compliance department would be like, dude, you don't pay us enough money to deal with this." And here's the thing, too, right? I mean, let's call this what this really is. This ain't Texas we talking about now. This ain't Texas. Ain't nothing against Texas Tech because they made the college football playoff last year. But if I'm thinking about the pantheon of, college teams in the state of Texas, I would go Texas A&M. I would go like, maybe like Baylor, SMU. Texas Tech is not. They'll be in the top 10, but they're definitely not. Like the creme de la creme. You got TCU, you got Rice, you got Houston. You got Austin. I mean, you got a lot of schools. North Texas. So for me, this young man made a mistake over and over and over again. He is a young man. I'm not here to condemn him, but you know how I am, Steven. It has to be consequences at a certain point. Do I think he should never be able to play football again? No. Do I think he shouldn't be able to play college football again? Yes. He shouldn't be able to play college because who's to say he's going to stop doing it? I've learned my lesson. Really? Because he did it. He was betting a lot. So the judge that gave me the injunction is the crazy part. Once again, adults messing it up again. So I don't think Texas Tech is going to play him because of what it says. And sometimes you got to, deal with the consequences of your actions. A consequence will be, regardless of what that judge said, we're not going to play you. Number one, we're not winning the national championship. Let's just call it that. Texas Tech is not winning at all. Let's just call it what it is. Number two, I don't want one player to affect my future in recruiting, image, reputation. All these things are going to take a hit. It's already taken a hit. And so, yeah, like I said, I'm not condemning the young man. I just think that his college playing days should be over, and he should focus on going to the league, the XFL, the UFL, the CFL, because the NCAA, which does nothing, by the way, the NCAA don't do anything, but put out headlines after somebody else do their dirty work for them. They don't do anything. They sat on their hands and
basically, you're gonna have to do this the Kurt Warner way, buddy. You're gonna have to go to one of these other leagues, be a 5-time, Grey Cup champion, USFL. You're gonna have to do something like that to get somebody else to give you a shot. It sucks, but it's. I think you're right that his college playing days are over, but I think that when you do that, you also damage his value to even any protein.
Oh yeah. Well. The pros is where you're supposed to get a clean slate. I mean, guys that came out of college with a lot of baggage before, from all kind of different things you can name. I mean, Baker Mayfield, he was the number one overall pick. They got him running from the police before he got drafted. I believe in second and third chances. Let me say that. I'm not like he didn't commit the ultimate sin. It's close because betting on your own games when I'm the quarterback, I got the offensive game plan. I know the plays we're gonna be running. I'm calling the plays we're gonna be running. So if one of my friends say, yeah, the fifth play of the game is gonna be on offense for us, it's gonna be a run. Well, what if it was a pass and he audible to a run? It's so many things, man. And like I said, I am not sitting here like mistakes aren't made when you're talking about young men. What I am saying is when you know better, you do better. And we're supposed to be the ones as adults helping these young people do better. And sometimes that's just saying, no, you're not doing it. You're not playing anymore. That's it. And I don't even know who the head coach is for Texas Tech, but this is going to be the biggest decision of his career, no matter where he ends up. Because if he let that young man come on the field, that means that fair play, gambling, cheating doesn't matter. It just doesn't. Not for Texas Tech. So it's a lot of things. Like I said, I don't want to come on here like I'm a holier than thou because I'm not. But Steven, we've seen it all. If you let a known gambler come out there on that field, somebody put a meme up on freaking social media saying Pete Rose is coming back from the dead. He gonna enroll at Texas Tech. These people are nuts. People are nuts. They don't care. But I do think the young man should have to pay a cost. For gambling.
Speaking of being nuts, I got a few one for you. We're gonna have some fun with, right? No, possible one for you here, right? Remove out of these coaches the worst out of this group, and this group obviously is a who's who of modern coaches. I think this is going to be an obvious one, but you got Belichick, Andy Reid, Joe Gibbs, Mike Tomlin, Lombardi, and Coach Shula, right?
Wow.
So you have to remove, in your opinion, the worst head coach of that list.
Ooh, the worst. Wow. I'm just checking something here real quick. Hold on. See, I got that because. Whoa.
Singer right here. That's like I need to put some logic to it. So I'm gonna say it like this. I think if we're sitting there saying the worst, and it's hard to say that any one of these ones are the worst. And just I guess in my opinion, out of these legendary coaches, it has to be in my opinion Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, and here's this okay. Bill Belichick got the most. He got the most Super Bowls ever.
Yep.
I mean, Vince Lombardi, the freaking trophy is named after him. I mean, the Lombardi can't. I mean, Andy Reid has done it in two places. He didn't win the Super Bowl with the Eagles, but I mean, I will still argue, and I love Soriano and what he's doing and Doug Peterson, but the guy that gave the blueprint, was Big Red. I mean, Joe Gibbs is not talked about enough for how incredible of a coach he was.
He doesn't get the love.
Shula.
For whatever reason, Bill Parcells gets talked about more than Joe Gibbs.
Which is crazy. Shula, undefeated season, what he meant to the league. It is Mike Tomlin. And that's not saying that Mike Tomlin isn't an incredible coach. To never have a losing season, to win a Super Bowl, we may never see that again. But the goal is to win Super Bowls. That is the goal. It's not to have winning seasons. It's not to have consistency. It's to win. All those guys are multiple. Shula had the undefeated season.
I think the only thing that saved Shula was career wins.
Yeah.
And the fact that he coached the perfect season.
I mean, and like I said, Mike Tomlin to be in that type of company shows the type of impact he's had, not just on the Steelers, but the NFL. But I mean, he's a one of one. But those dudes, Gibbs literally went from, football to NASCAR. like literally, and still doing it.
No, the funny part was Joe still had. I still thought Joe had a lot he could have gave the football during that time. I think it was one of those situations that's like what tore the heart out of a dynasty, right? Like it's the same thing when Jimmy Johnson left the Cowboys. They just weren't the same team. They won. They
Yep.
did wind up winning another Super Bowl with that team.
Yep.
Luckily the players on the field were able to figure things out, but they weren't the same team afterward. I think the same thing happened when Joe Gibbs walked away and decided that he wanted to be the head of a NASCAR team and go to NASCAR. I thought it was a major blow for them, and tell me I'm wrong. The Redskins haven't recovered from that.
No, they haven't. I mean, well, it's easy not to recover when you had a previous owner. That dude, that was different. But people don't give a lot of people always try to talk about dynasties and they want to talk about the players first, but the players are only buying into the blueprint given to them by the head coach. That head coach said, look, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. This is how we're going to execute it. And Gibbs was, and look, and Gibbs was the head coach with the Redskins when, I mean, the NFC East, that's when it became the beast. No, the NFC East is the beast. Back in those years. And obviously those coaches and those players and these teams have carried on that tradition all these years. But at one point, the Redskins that went to the Washington football team that is now the Commanders, they couldn't get it together. It didn't matter what quarterback came through there. Rex Grossman was in there. I mean, Jonathan McNabb was a freaking Redskin. Even he couldn't help him. RG3 and the list, and the list goes on. So, yeah, I think Joe Gibbs has been in NASCAR for so long that people forget how great he was as a head coach.
Right? He was a Hall of Fame NFL football coach.
Exactly. So I think because he has beautifully transitioned from one sport to another sport, people like, wait a minute, Joe Gibbs, he's a NASCAR. No. It's like Coach Zorn. When he was a head coach, people forget how great but he the one who used to throw to Steve Largent, out there with Seattle. But people forget, like, wait a minute, that was you. Yeah, like Dan Fouts. I know he does games. He's a Hall of Famer. But freaking, he used to throw to Kellen Wesley. So that's kind of what it is. Like a lot of kids be like, LL Cool J is a rapper. Yeah. No, that's not no, I know he's an actor now. That's what I'm saying? I'm gonna knock you out. You know what I'm saying? That's so that's Hey Lover. That's the ladies love LL. So it's Ice Cube is a rapper. No, he's a I thought he was a movie star. Well, he is. Ice-T. Mr. Law and Order himself. Rapper first. Michael Strahan, football player first. So yeah, that's and to me, I'm not mad at him. The fact that people don't even know that I was one of the greatest in my previous sport because of what I'm doing now shows that these guys understand business. But yeah, sorry, Mike Tomlin. You are definitely one of the greatest. But when I put you up against the greatest, you can't, like I say, if they all having a dinner, Mike Tomlin can't sit down till everybody else get there. Shula ain't coming through the door, obviously. But Bill Belichick and Gibbs and Big Red and those guys, and obviously Vince Lombardi ain't either. So, but to put him in that type of company, and look, and Steelers fans, stop it. If y'all saying he's not, come on now. Let's just stop. Love Mike Tomlin.
Steelers fans won't even put him higher than third on their own coaching tree. So, like, come on, y'all won't put Mike Tomlin in front of Bill Cowher.
Yeah, that's great. Now, come on now.
but another one for you. Sports media personality. We're gonna have a fun one for you right here. You got one has to go, right? You got you got Barkley, Shaq, Stephen A, Shannon Sharp, Skip Bayless, Nick Wright, Colin Cowherd, Max Kellerman, and Kendrick Perkins.
Oh,
One
this,
of them
oh, this,
has
this,
to
oh,
go.
this one gonna be easy for me.
Meaning that they have to leave sports media. When I say they got to go, it doesn't mean they got to leave this planet. It just means they got to leave sports media.
Okay. Man, now that is a list. Uh, they gotta leave. Because some of these dudes, I can't even imagine not having them around. Some of them are, I think a guy that if he left, I wouldn't miss him. And I hate to say it, it's probably Max Kellerman. Here's why. I like Max Kellerman. I think Max Kellerman is really, really smart. I do. I got to know Max Kellerman. Max Kellerman is a boxing dude. Like he is a boxing guru. When Max Kellerman started doing First Take with Stephen A. Smith, Max Kellerman is really, really smart, but he really thought he was the show. Like, Max, come on, like Stephen A. and Skip, and I now a very close second is Nick Wright, because Nick Wright does this, and Nick Wright has to say sensationalized stuff. I don't get it. Like, you're on TV, FS1. Why do you got to say stuff that you don't even believe, Nick? Like, Nick could say things like, Patrick Mahomes, if we were to look at it, he's like mid-tier quarterbacking. What are you talking about? Patrick Mahomes.
That's why he's Nick Wrong to me. He's not
You
Nick.
know what I'm
Right, he's Nick Wrong to me. I'm serious, and like I get it. Like, and you're right. He does a brand of sports media that is more sensationalized. It
saying?
is
Don't know why they do that.
it is to incite the anger in
That is Mr. Jalen. One of the biggest haters of Jalen Hurts is going to be Nick Wright. He going to say something, but the numbers don't back it. That people go, okay, what about winning percentage? Well, what about wins? Well, what about playoffs? Well, what about Super Bowl appearances? Well, what? Josh Allen can't say that, right? The Joe Burrow.
who's always the one that has to clap him back? Was it Chris Broussard?
Yeah,
Always Chris Broussard being like, "Come on, Nick."
Yeah, well, Chris Broussard be hitting. Chris Broussard be hitting. He be hitting Nick Wright with a dose of reality, because he be like, dude, when did we start doing this? Oh, he's only good because of the supporting cast. Okay, if that was the case, why he was the best player on the field in both Super Bowls? And people don't like. I know that Russell, which you might get to it, Russell Wilson, he recently, retired or whatever. People saying he's the only quarterback with 35,000 yards passing and 4,000 yards rushing or whatever. That's going to be dethroned. That is going to be dethroned so fast. And so I don't know. Nick Wright is my sensationalized guy. Max Kellerman thinks he's smarter than everybody else. Dude, you're not saying nothing like to make us go, ooh. Now, if I want to know about the Southpaw out of Mexico, I'm gonna call Max Kellerman, because he knows really, really good, really, really good. Great, excellent at boxing analysis. But people don't even miss you on First Take, Max Kellerman, and Nick Wright is saying something ridiculous right now. As this show is going on, he is saying, "What's the most ridiculous thing I can say right now?" And he's gonna come out and say something like, I don't think Saquon that good. Oh my God. I don't think he's.
No, he was the one. He already did say that. He already did say that, Ben.
He'll say, well, he didn't rush for 2,000 yards twice.
No,
no one has.
It was a grossly large overpay. That was his first response to him signing with the Eagles. Was his first response.
Grossly. There are certain players.
Those were his words, if I remember correctly, verbatim.
And that's why Nick wrong. Nick wrong.
That's like, out of all those, like, you have to have your Skip Bayless. You have to have a Shaq.
Yes.
You have to have a Stephen A. Smith.
Yes.
You have to have a Charles and a Shaq.
Yes.
In my opinion, the only man that deserves to silence his microphone forever is Nick Wright. That's you can say I'm wrong. but that's just how I feel
Right.
out of that list.
No, you ain't wrong. Nick, right? He's talking trash right now. He need to be quiet. But he got his
I
microphone.
mean,
His
I know a lot of people are going to be like Kendrick Perkins, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean Perk is Perk though. I mean Perk, Perk gonna say stuff, but we're gonna Perk. Let me tell you something, Stephen A. If it's cool, it's Perk. He's entertaining. He's entertaining. No one's gonna take what Perk say that serious. Ain't nobody finna, Colin Coward is the one. Now I couldn't imagine sports media without him, but no one believes what he says more than Colin. Colin will get a take awful and will come back the next day and go, so let's talk about my take here. So let me give you concept. Now let me give you context.
That's what I'll give Colin credit for, because he has a whole segment on where he gets stuff wrong. But he also has a segment where he gets it right.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you can take your lumps as well as giving them, you got my respect. I still think he's a turd at times. Like I still, he's Colin turd to me.
I think you have to be. I think when you're on television, as long as he's been, I didn't like it. Colin. I didn't become a fan of his, but I didn't like when he used to cover. He used to talk about, back when they were the Redskins, how he used to talk so much trash about Sean Taylor. I'm like, dude, you don't even know. Do you know him personally? He used to get off. I don't like the personal takes. Like when you start saying, well, Jalen Hurts said, do you even know him? You're going off these clips, these games, these sound bites. And this man is at the Boys and Girls Club. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's man, man, stop it. He just don't do, he's a family man. He's married. Jalen Hurts he's a very, very regular person. He's just an incredible player. And he don't give you nothing but that. Hey, when I'm at home, I'm at home. Mm-hmm. When I'm on the field, I'm all business. I'm not doing TikTok dances. I'm not doing it. So, yeah.
Well, since you're already getting there, we might as well get into it. Right? The AJ Brown trade has officially happened, right? And at this point, he left the facility today. He stopped by, grabbed a few things, and wrote that he's the best wide receiver ever to play here, always open underneath a photograph of himself. And my view of his time has changed. Like he's still, I think when you look at it, we needed him for what he did, but the photo in that caption of that is shown there is one where he's pushing Devontae Smith down on what would have been a game-winning touchdown catch against the Denver Broncos late
season.
But a lot of things has came out over the past week about his time here in Philadelphia, that he would leak stuff out purposely to the media to quote unquote motivate his teammates. The rumor that the rift between AJ and Jalen Hurts derides from both AJ and former teammate Hassan Reddick having the same quote unquote masseuse. We'll just leave it there. And Jalen not informing AJ of said thing. We all know that Jalen Hurts cares about one thing and one thing only. That's wins and losses. That's the only thing that Jalen Hurts cares about. We've all known this for some time. When you look at the trade as a whole, I see it like this: we gave up a first and a third to get him, right? He got 2 contracts out of us. We got 2 trips to a Super Bowl, 1 loss, 1 won. and you get back a first and a fifth. I think the Eagles win that trade with all
Yeah, yeah.
what I told you that's been going on behind the scenes. The the 2013 meltdown, right? The fact
Yep.
that they were able to still win the division last year with all this going on behind the scenes, knowing that AJ was leaking information out to the media, that he was demanding a trade as early as week 4 at the time that the Eagles were 4-0.
Mhm.
Him not being a part of the team and the return he getting and the production you got out of him, because you got elite production out of
Of
AJ Brown,
course. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
regardless of that. And that's why I said that the Eagles won this, regardless of what we gave up for him. The return we got for him, he got 2 contracts out of it, which made it hard to move him. But if all that was going on behind the scenes and they were still able to win championships, yeah, I think the Eagles won this trade.
Well, it's so much to unpack when you're talking about this AJ Brown situation. Number one, do I expect any receiver to think that he's the best to ever come through anything? Yeah, that's more of a mentality than a reality. When I think of the best receiver to ever come through the Eagles, I mean, I think of Deshaun Jackson. I think of Zach Ertz. I definitely think of T.O. But I think AJ is just as good as those guys. I mean, he was really, really good. AJ Brown was good because Devonta Smith was his sidekick. Like, you got a guy beside you that can help you take AJ. AJ Brown was an incredible receiver. Here's why I think. Now, I got to address this. If he was doing this leaking, why? Like, that's so weird. Like, so people talking about you too much. I'm gonna leak stories so you can get it off me. That's weird. Look, if you pulled out the book in the playoffs on the sideline, you the one pull up in this regular vehicle that I don't, but you the one got the mannequins at your house. You the one making waves and talking trash when you're not getting the ball. But then when they force feed you the ball, they lose. And when they throw you the ball in the biggest game of the year, you drop it. That's you. That is self-inflicted. Now, I don't know why it took so long for you to get traded. I mean, this is the longest trade we ever seen. I mean, this trade is the biggest controversy. This 30 for 30, whenever it comes out, it's going to be weird. I mean, you got journalists getting, resigning, head coaches lying. Howie Roseman won this trade with the Eagles because he said, just like if you have any domestic violence in your background, you ain't coming to the Eagles. We ain't doing drama. You are not that good for us to keep having to talk to you about you. It's either you or Sirianni.
I think C.J. Gardner-Johnson was the ultimate case of like we ain't dealing with that.
Yeah, and you would think that AJ would have. Man, the video of AJ Brown coming to the sideline losing his mind. Chauncey was the one keeping him. Hey man, come. He was trying to be the voice of reason. AJ Brown has been. He's been really. He's been an excellent receiver at times. He's been a bad teammate at times too. And you got to start weighing it out.
And it's not to the fact that dude, he was a team captain while he was here.
Yeah,
so let's not say he's a bad teammate. I think he's a bad representation of how a teammate should act in some of these situations.
Yeah, well, when I say a bad teammate,
teammate and what Abdul Carter just did to Jackson.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is, yeah,
they could have dealt with that. They could have dealt with that with a phone call.
AJ Brown refused to be a teammate like Jalen. Like, people go, Jalen don't really give you anything because Jalen's smart. Jalen's like, look, you don't think I can say all that stuff that AJ says? You don't think I can leak headlines? But Jalen goes, dude, do y'all know what it is to play football in Philly? It's already its own craziness built in. I don't need to add. When I say the craziness when you play in Philly, it means that, look, blue-collar city, blue-collar teams, blue-collar fans, gritty city. So, for me, and I want to see the camera there, It's for me. I think when I say a bad teammate, Stephen, what I mean is AJ been in the league too long for this. This is some of the stuff he was doing with first year, second year stuff. Dude, you 5, 6 years in the league, and this is what really made me mad. I'm gonna just say it. He said I'm the one that was leaking it. For what? Like, it's the weird. It's like, and then he's going him and Mike Vrabel, just like Odell Beckham and Harbaugh. Sometimes trying to get that old thing back, right? Y'all think AJ Brown done changed his ways? You think he's just this new person? Because I'm going to New England? Oh my God. I woke up a New England Patriot. Stop it. Just stop it. Just stop it. Come on. Like, I get so sick of that. Like, oh my God. Okay, this your new boo. You got a new lady. She's in New England. You and the old girl in Philly, y'all ain't together no more. Don't even talk about Philly. Why can't you just drop into the facility, get your stuff, and leave? Why you got to put a caption out? The best to ever do it. Well, the last time we saw you, do you want to talk about that? I bet you don't. So, love AJ Brown. Wish he would have never left two-tone blue up there in Nashville. He did. He went to Philly and he 2 contracts, 2 Super Bowl appearances, Super Bowl champion, second team All-Pro like twice, incredible football player. But Steven, he had worn out his welcome. And I'm gonna keep saying this. If Andy Reid can dismiss T.O., oh AJ, you gotta go. If Andy Reid can tell,
I'll say it like this. I'll take the T.O. situation because I'll tell you this much right now. If AJ Brown got 2 contracts out of Howie Roseman and and Nick Sirianni, T.O. would have gotten 3.
Probably 4 if he, but
and not only that, I guarantee you, if that was the case, him and Donovan would have been polishing 3 trophies too.
What are receivers going to realize?
I'll say this right now. I'll take the T.O. situation over what AJ.
Oh yeah, the T.O. situation got out of hand because T.O. wouldn't stop talking about Donovan. It's like, dude, like you cutting the locker room down the middle, man. Like, dude, you can't say it and then you go to Dallas talking about that's my quarterback, man. Just sit down, just be quiet. And AJ's situation was unique because it was different situations. It was him and Sirianni. Then it was him and Jalen. Then it was him and the offensive coordinator. Then he ain't getting his touches. Then you got the book. Then you got the off the field. Then come to find out, you're leaking stories. What? Like, and you admit he could have just went to New England and never said anything.
You mentioned his time in Tennessee because it was the Tennessee crew who all broke this up, if you really think about it. AJ Brown, Mike Vrabel, and Diana Rossini, because who was breaking all the AJ Brown stories?
Diana.
Okay. So
no, it's weird. That's a whole weird situation.
Yeah. Who was writing about the Eagles all last season?
Diana.
Okay.
No. We this AJ. I don't like it when really, really good players that have a really, really good history with a team ends like this. Because for AJ, unfortunately, your perception and your reality are what you have to live with. The reality is you're a really, really good player, had some really, really good moments, was a really, really big part of the offense. Perception is you are a lot to deal with. Like you were, because you compare it to the diva.
You know what I compare this to? The really, really hot girl that's really, really crazy. Like you can deal with it for a period of time. It's cool, but after a while, it just gets crazy. It gets chaotic. It gets toxic.
But you know what it is too, though. You know what it is, Steven? It's only so many guys that's even gonna meet the criteria for the hot girl. And what happened was a friend of yours who she didn't know that you and him was friends. He told you, Steven, listen. It's gonna start out like, but she's super, but she's nice. She's one of those people, you listening to everything he's saying, but you can see her. You like, yeah. And what happens is, in the end, he's at the bar or something. He like, come on. And you don't even you sit down and you don't kind of say that. He like, yeah, you were right. No, you was right. I told you, didn't I? Because we as people, we don't switch up who we are just because. So he told you about Stephen, but in your mind, you was like, well, I don't feel right. You telling me about her, and you've already can I? In our mind, like, nah, she can't be that bad. But I'm gonna keep saying this: beautiful people, rich people, influential people, famous people. People are gonna deal with them longer because of the mystique of it. But when that goes away, like Stephen, you've been somewhere, right? And you with a friend, and this beautiful woman comes in, and everybody like, oh, and he goes, man, he's dealt with her before. Like, hey, it's all aesthetics. Don't you know what I'm saying? So with AJ, it was far more than that. But Howie said, hey man, well, let's see how long we can date. Let's see how long we can make 2 Super Bowls. NFC Championship. Hey, baby, we did. This was a beautiful. This was When it listen, you know what it was? How I was saying, AJ, when it was good, right? Man, great time. But this ain't gonna work. Why? Because you're gonna want more money, right? Yeah. You're gonna want new money. Yeah. And you still got your mannequins. You still got your temper tantrums. So if Wes Welker didn't know that God, what's his name? What's the other little receiver they got?
Julian Edelman.
Julian Edelman was replacing him. That's the thing that AJ Brown, to me, I could say he was a great teammate at. Him and Devonta Smith, that duo was nasty, man. God, they were nasty good. Like nasty. And now he gets to go to New England with a guy that don't even like wearing shoes, and Butte want to freaking, he want to get traded. So, hey, Devonta is built for this position. I think Lemon, once he gets healthy. So, how we just showed, see, listen, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Darius Slay, A.J. Brown, all should know the culture of the Eagles is bigger than any player at any one position. That's what they built. They have built a culture to say, bruh, you know what we got over here. You know what we got. So, but AJ won't be missed because y'all team's so nice. They finna get back to ground and pound with Saquon. They finna get back to that play action pass with Devonta. And man, y'all got the freaking, oh my God, I forgot y'all got the freaking tight end for freaking Vanderbilt. You got the Blitnikoff winner and the John Mackey Award winner in the first round and the second round. Man, stop playing. Wait a minute. Who else y'all got over there at receiver? Who else did y'all get?
Well, we got the
Do y'all got Hollywood Brown?
Green Bay Devontae Wicks or whatever his name.
Did y'all get Hollywood Brown?
Yeah.
Man,
Hollywood Brown, Elijah.
Howie Rosen about to get on my nerves. He's really about to get on my nerves. Like I love him because he's a Florida Gator, but I forgot Hollywood Brown.
Well, no. Then June 1st was really going to be a bad day for you, right? June 1st was really going to be a bad day for you if Howie was getting on your nerves with that because obviously the A.J. Brown trade wasn't the biggest trade of that June 1st design trade cap day, however you want to have it. And Myles Garrett was traded to the Los Angeles Rams for Jared Verse, and there was a pick exchange. But the ongoing rumor is that Philadelphia was a destination.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles were offering pick package and A.J. Brown, among other things. But they wanted Jalen Carter. And
Not happening.
they killed the trade. They weren't going to give up Jalen Carter. Cleveland moved on. Rams wind up with him. But that goes back to the other thing we were talking about. Now, his contract going to Los Angeles, right? He's going from Ohio State that has a 3.5% sales tax to a 13-point.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. He better Manny Machado that thing and say, hey man, I just play football here. My residence is still in Cleveland. I'm trying to because them checks are gonna be cut in half. And you know what's crazy about that too, though? Like people always say, "Hey, man, it really depends on where you play. Like if you play in Florida or you play in Tennessee or you play, I don't even know how they do it with the Giants and the Jets because they are in New Jersey, but they are the New York Giants and Jets. So do they still get in, New York tax even though they live in? It's only so many places that Texas, Houston and Dallas. So yeah, I respect Howie Rose. Howie Roseman was sitting on the phone with the Browns general manager. He was like, "Yeah, man. So what are you thinking?" He's like, "Man, if you can send us over Jalen Carter, not happening. What? That's not happening. You're not gonna. That's no. Move on."
I heard that Jalix Hunt and your boy Nolan Smith was offered in a pairing with AJ Brown and picks and whatnot.
I mean, I will say this: the Cleveland Browns said, "Look, we want Jalen Carter. What about AJ? What about Nolan Smith? No, we don't want them. We want. You're not getting Jalen Carter, dude. Do I look crazy to you? Jalen Carter, who's still on a rookie contract? Huh? No, come on. No, we're not doing that. I still got Jalen Carter for at least. Hold on, Jalen Carter is going in the year what 4?
He's going to at least get another. He's going to get at least one contract out of Philadelphia. If he gets a second one, that's debatable, but he's probably going to get an extension either sometime during the season or during the off season.
Yeah,
Jalen Carter wasn't going anywhere.
No, Jalen Carter. No, like.
Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that if Howie Roseman traded Myles Garrett and AJ Brown the same day?
Number one, Howie Roseman loves the fact that he gets all kind of love for the fan base. If he would have done that, Philly would have lost. They would have been like, Howie.
Yeah, what? All right. You know what would have happened in this city? You know how Game of Thrones, the dragon made the sword throne.
Yeah,
These fans would have found somewhere in this city and made Howie a throne of I don't know what.
Oh yeah, it would have been.
They'd have made him man something, man, because
they would have lost.
We're getting another one, boys.
Oh yeah, they would have lost it because they would have been like, dude, number one, somebody would have been a random guy on the street. Somebody could have been like, hey man, did you hear about the Eagles' potential to get a new stadium? I don't care about that. Howie Roseman just got rid of AJ Brown and Jalen. That's the thing I keep saying about Philly is the fans are so knowledgeable about what is and isn't a good move. Like, yes, they're gonna be emotional. Yes, certain players, but they'll say Howie Roseman is the reason why the common sense, corporation kind of got birthed. The Giants get rid of Saquon, he's an Eagle. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Phillips, you know what I'm saying? They no longer want him in Miami, he's an Eagle. It's like.
But now here's the funny thing is now you just mentioned the Jalen Phillips thing. Howie's smart enough to get a guy that's on an expiring contract, not overpay him. What was it, $120 million?
Yeah.
That he just signed the Carolina Panthers? And we're going to want to get at least a third-round comp pick for him next season.
Oh, that
like that's those chess moves. That
wait a minute. Y'all get Hollywood Brown in the offseason. What's the guy y'all got from freaking Seattle? The freaking cornerback.
Tyreek Woolen.
It's what Howie does.
And now getting a guy like him to pair alongside Quinyon Mitchell, and now you can have Cooper DeJean go from slot corner to safety.
I'm trying. And here's the thing, right? I saw this coming a mile away. It was like Blankenship just went to Houston. Yeah, they finna move Coop. Why? Because Coop saw what Blank really did. He go, oh, dude, bruh. You know what's making this
Why y'all
defense
think
so?
he was? Why do you think he was so close? He was like the
And they
spuds.
got the freaking
Feel
podcast.
that?
Listen, Blankenship said nothing cheap, nothing deep, baby. Like, listen, I'm gonna be a for sure tackler. I'm a cover. Ain't nobody. And he's saying, cool. Listen, you went and spoke to you know, what's his name? God dang it, I can't think of these guys' name. You went and spoke to what's the cornerback from Denver? What's his name? Pat
What?
Surtain.
Patrick
You went and spoke to
Surtain the
Pat
second,
Surtain Jr. in the offseason.
and he
You
just
see
got
how you
his
can
thing. He just
first
got
team,
a
first
Hendrick
team
scan.
all pro in the slot. Quinion Mitchell, first team all pro, at corner. All right, Blankenship goes to Houston. Now, because here's the thing about a slot receiver, slot corner, you own the field situationally.
Well, no, and they've already said this, Ben. I don't know if you heard it. They said per the situation and down in defense that Cooper DeJean is going to bounce back and forth between that safety position and that slot corner position. So they might be running a defense, and 1 minute he's going to be the safety. It's going to be third and 7 or something, and the next thing you know, he's gonna be the corner again.
See, the more so basically, oh my God. So the last 2 years, the DC was like, look, I'm trying to show you what a hybrid really is. A hybrid is a guy that can play safety in one series. You can play, you can move down to the slot, and it's making it so that other guys can get on the field. Dude, it's about to be nuts. Like, because Quinion is a shutdown corner. I'm gonna put him on the number one receiver, and he finna get right. Very feisty dude. They telling Coop, dude, we trying to make you the new hybrid. What Jason Sehorn almost killed for like 30 years. You came back and you getting picks on freaking Patrick Mahomes in the Super Duper Bowl. Now you first team, you go from a pick in the Super Bowl with Patrick Mahomes to the first team all pro in your second. Come on, man. You and Quinion, y'all gonna get paid together. The way y'all playing, y'all telling how we like, I gotta pay them both. And we know what a shutdown corner get. What does a shutdown slot corner slash safety get?
I
Man,
think
stop.
pay wise, that's gonna actually hurt him more than it helps him.
Yeah, it might. I mean, the best corner,
But
in the
I don't think
football.
I don't think it's a situation where he's gonna care because he's gonna get paid from the team he won a Super
Of
Bowl with.
course, I mean, well, if he's, I don't like to use these. I don't like to use the phraseology. If he's smart, he's very smart. What Coop and Quinion supposed to be doing is saying, "Hey, man, what's up with these endorsements, baby? What you mean? What's up? We can split it." You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I mean, a lot of receivers have a lot to say before they meet Quinion. They don't have a lot to say after. They ain't talking as much because that dude is feisty, man. That dude is the way he plays football. He plays with a mean streak, and I love it. Love to watch him play.
I do. I agree. I love watching him play too. But now I want to get your thoughts on this one. So I came across this list, and it's like a per state thing, right? How many teams do you think has multiple states that they are endorsed by another outside of their home state? Is there 2 teams? Is there 4 teams? Is there 5 teams? 10 teams?
You said how many teams are what?
All right, so there's 50 states, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, not every state has a professional sports team, so some states adopt one or another, things of that nature, right? So if you had to pick and say how many team, and this is NFL, Major League Baseball, hockey, basketball, college sports, the whole nine. If you had to say there was how many states have multiple, which team has multiple states?
Oh, which team? Oh, which teams?
Yeah. How many teams do you think have multiple states?
Shoot, how many teams have multiple states? What, 30?
All 50 states.
All 50.
Like I said, it's not just the NFL. It's not just the NFL.
Oh, oh, got multiple. Are you saying it's all 50?
All 50 states. All 50 states are accounted for.
I would say, oh, okay. I mean, and when you say multiple, you talking about multiple sports teams?
Yeah, like let's sit there and just say, like, for argument's sake, the Lakers are, obviously California is their claimed state, and that state claims them, right? That's their favorite team there. And then let's just sit there and say, New Mexico. New Mexico, for argument's sakes of explaining it, also claims it. Now that that is a multiple state claiming the Los Angeles Lakers as their favorite team.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying, man. Oh, well, see. So, okay. Wow. And you know what's crazy about that? Because at one point the Braves were like the only Major League Baseball team for a huge area. For you got like the Cardinals. It was crazy. It was crazy that the Braves were like, man, ooh,
I will
claiming
tell
another.
you the list in a minute, right?
Nah,
I would say that the answer is going to surprise you.
I would say 50 states. I would say because the Lakers, because you know what's going to really
I
piss
just
me
use that
off?
as a bad example.
Yeah. No.
I don't even think the Lakers are on the list. I don't even think they're their favorite in their own state.
I would say because the Cowboys gonna mess this whole list up. It's a but God, a lot of people claiming, oh, that's my favorite.
It's not the Cowboys.
It's not.
It's not the Cowboys.
It better not be the Yankees. It better not.
It's not the Yankees. It's another. I'll
Out of
pull
50,
up for a second.
out of 50 states, I'm gonna say it's about 20. About 20.
I'm gonna pull this up, and like I said, you're gonna be surprised.
Let's see.
All right, so pull it up, right?
Oh, God.
And the surprising part about it is, you obviously,
What is
you have
what?
teams.
Alabama?
You have two. The Eagles, because the Eagles, we get Delaware. We stole Delaware.
Okay.
We're on it. But the Patriots are literally like, they got all the surrounding states around New England.
Man, you know what? That makes me so mad, man. But that also makes sense now. Like when I think about the fact that because at one point you have evil empires in every sport.
Yeah.
In college basketball is Duke. In college football,
and Atlanta is absolutely the Atlanta Braves. It's not the Falcons. It's the Atlanta Braves.
Of course, yeah. It ain't even. I mean, New England do get all them because you got like Vermont and all this kind of crap.
And Ohio is Ohio State football.
It is. I mean, in Florida. So wait a minute. Was in the state of Florida? Was it the Florida Gators?
I believe so.
Let me see. Look at that.
See it that close. So I pull it up.
Kansas City. I'm looking at it. Oh, miss. Good Lord. I'm just looking at this list, man. This list is nuts.
It is, right?
This is crazy. The Miami Dolphins? Well, ain't nothing else going on in Kentucky. So, of course, you got the Kentucky Wildcats. Ain't nothing else going on. So, we get it.
Same thing with Nebraska. You got the Nebraska Cornhuskers. No surprise.
Oh, yeah. The only difference in Nebraska and Wisconsin is the N and the W. They both, yeah.
North Carolina is the Tar Heels.
Yeah.
But like I said, New England's got like I
Man,
think
that's dude.
I think they got 4 of them because they got like Rhode Island and
They
all
do
that.
got like Rhode Island, Delaware, Vermont. Yeah, like Rhode Island.
No, and
I
that's how
guess,
the Eagles got on there twice because we stole PA and then we got Delaware too. I'm like that technically doesn't count, but whatever.
yeah,
I was surprised that Dallas didn't get more and that New England did.
yeah,
That's what actually surprised me about that one.
the Texans probably. Well, I mean, the Texans have. I guess they have a fan base, But yeah, all right. I mean, the the New England one is surprising, man, but it's not when you look at because they get and then Philly gets Delaware, Rhode Island. Well, Philly gets those places because they really, really good. Like, yeah, well, of course we claim Eagles fans. What? Eagles in Delaware?
But
Yeah.
here's the thing: like the steel curtain was what made the Steelers the Steelers, and they haven't had anything like that recently.
Nope.
And I think it's been since the McNabb era that I think the Eagles have slowly stolen the popularity in Pennsylvania as a whole.
It's what happened when you win. When you winning at the right
No,
time.
the sad part is that the Steelers still got Super Bowls from Bill Cowher and Mike Tomlin during that time period as well, and they were popular. They just never were. I think as big as what Terry Bradshaw, Lynn
Yep.
Swann, Go Harris. That's
Oh yeah. Stallworth and them. I mean, when you winning four, if you're winning 4 Super Bowls, that means you in contention for like 6. That means you're really really good around those years, and then look, Ben Roethlisberger helped out a lot because the Steelers had the freaking rivalry with the Ravens, and they going back and forth. Because at one point in the AFC, the only quarterbacks that was even going to the AFC Championship and the Super Bowl were Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger, Joe Flacco, and Peyton Manning. That was it. That's the whole list. That's literally the only quarterbacks going. And then freaking Peyton Manning was on there twice because he did it with the Colts and he going on there with freaking Denver. And then Joe Flacco snuck in that one year, and then you right back to they don't. The Eagles are peaking, and they're doing it in a way to where they say, "Look, man, you got to be the best team in your division. Check. One of the best teams in the NFC. Check, and the team to beat. They all those things. They all that,
I'm
and
going to ask
they
you
got
this
high profile players.
now that the trade is official. Knowing hearing what you're hearing from everyone, the type of offense that Sean Mannion's going to bring, the type of offense that we've already seen Jalen Hurts run, you know, we already seen what recent trends show us Jalen's going to do this year. But do you think this is the year he actually gets like those statistical numbers that everyone likes? You think is he going to get like 4,000 yards passing? With a Devontae Swift, Devontae, you have Smith, you got Lemon, you got Hollywood Brown, Devontae Wicks, you got Elijah Moore, you got Dallas got it, and you got Eli there too. Do you think in that room there's 4,000 yards?
Yep, I'm gonna tell you why. I go back to Jalen Hurts when he was at Alabama. He played real similar to how he's playing now, to where he takes care of the football. He's going to do all the right things. People thought he was gunshot. Goes to Oklahoma. He's the freaking Heisman Trophy runner-up. The guy who they had in front of him, Tua, took his job. He was the air raid, but they didn't win no national. Tua won a national championship when he came in the second half. He didn't win a national. He got the doors blown off, and when he went to the national championship against Clemson and Trevor Lawrence and them. The reason why I think Jalen Hurts has 4,000 yards in him is because I ain't got nobody yapping at me. Yeah, I need my see, that stuff matters. Devonta Smith is going to be the ultimate number one. Lemon is going to fill in just fine. Hollywood Brown can take it over the top. Oh shoot! Then you got some really really good tight ends, right? I think what you're gonna get this year is balance from the running game, really, really good cohesiveness from the offensive line, and Jalen Hurts, who is comfortable in an offense that you don't get a new offensive coordinator to look vanilla. It doesn't go like that.
All
No.
right, so let's just say it like this. You say no, it don't matter that Jeff Stoutland's gone. Eagles offensive line will bounce back. They'll be healthy. The running game will be balanced this year, right?
The running game, the offensive line and the running game being balanced is going to have a lot to do with the cohesiveness and like the consistency of the offense. Because what Saquon Barkley did going on 3 years ago now is when the defense has to focus so much on the running game, man, them passing lanes going to be wide open because them safeties got to get closer. And I just think that too. I think Devonta Smith is the type of number one receiver that he knows he's got to get open, but he ain't gonna bicker and whine. Like, dude, I'm not gonna. I mean, Devonta Smith, for him to become the freaking Heisman Trophy winner, I mean, he had all kind of guys around him before he became the man with Mechie and all those guys, and he learned how to get it done. So I think that yes, 4,000 yards in the NFL is about being consistent every weekend, every Sunday. It's not about.
Why I asked the Eagles offensive question is because it came across another one of these lists about the top 10 offenses entering the NFL heading into the 2026 season.
The New England Patriots being number 2 is ridiculous. The New England Patriots being that list is ridiculous. The New England Patriots had the number 2 offense coming into the season. That's ridiculous.
So then we got Detroit, Buffalo, Dallas, Bears, 49ers, the Broncos, the Packers, and the Kansas City Chiefs. The Philadelphia Eagles are not on the list.
You know what's crazy? Once again, they're doing it again. They're doing it. I mean, these lists be getting on my nerves because number one, Nick Wright has a company. He has like an underground company that no one knows. He be putting out lists of dumb stuff. AJ Brown going over to New England, right? Got it. You got a rookie that's about to be in his second year at running back. Buffalo. Okay,
man,
Buffalo.
They do got DJ Moore now.
They got DJ Moore. Look, they also got Keon Coleman.
Yeah.
Man, stop it. This you want to know why the Eagles are good? Somewhere Jalen is at home in his man cave. Looking at this, so that's how
he just sitting there with a file like I can't wait for the
season. He like number one. I'm better than most of these dudes on that list. Number 2, I've beaten everybody on that list. Number 3,
and here's the other thing. This is like one of those prove it years because of what happened last year, but he always bounced back to that. And now that AJ is gone, and so technically they can't use that excuse that it's a super team. So I hope he does ball out this year, and just silence them once and for all, man.
He's gonna ball because Jalen is like, look, man, I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. I'm the starting quarterback. I'm the reason. They wanted all these other quarterbacks not named me, right? They wanted. Listen, not only they didn't want me in Philly. Got it. They didn't really want me in Alabama when Tua came. Got it. So I go to Oklahoma and I show why I'm nice. I get drafted in the second round after being a Heisman Trophy runner-up. Diego Pavia, he didn't even get drafted out of Alabama, but he didn't get drafted. He was a Heisman Trophy runner-up. Since I've become the starter, I have elevated the quarterback position. I've elevated my offense and the team since I've been there. I've gone to 2 Super Bowls. I got 2 NFC championships, and I got a Super Bowl MVP. Yet I'm average.
And he's been in the playoffs every year.
And if you ask anybody in the NFC, you say, who's the scariest team every year? The scariest? Yeah. Can't say Green Bay, they inconsistent. Can't say Detroit, they inconsistent. Can't say, Dallas, they're going to be exciting. They're not consistent. Matthew Stafford and And the Rams, I get it. Seattle's coming off a Super Bowl run. San Francisco, their window is closing because all their best players are in their 30s, right? Except Brock Purdy. The most dangerous team in the NFC every year is Philly. Why? Because Philly can beat you any way you want to do it. You want to beat you ground and pound. You want to beat you throwing the football. You want to beat you with defense. You want to beat you beating you up. People just don't want to say that Jalen Hurts is what a Philadelphia Eagles quarterback looks like. I don't say a lot, but I do a lot. I don't say a lot, but watch what I do. And when the Spurs were at their peak with David Robinson, Manu Ginobili, right? Tim Duncan, right? They were not the cutest team to watch. Can't nobody beat them. They just kept beating people. It wasn't cute. And that's the thing about Philly. They wanted to. I don't want to have a wide open offense and our defense struggle. I want to have a balanced offense that have explosive ability with a quarterback that takes care of the football, with a running game that can be explosive, with receivers that can hurt you. That is offense. And we can beat you any way you want. And the thing about the Eagles, they can look different 17 weeks in a row. I mean, for 18, like you got 18th week because of the that bye week, they can say how we want to look this week. And you know who used to do that? New England. There are games that Tom Brady do, but hand the ball off. He's gonna hand it off again. Yep. And they're gonna beat you. And other days, there go Wes Welker. There go them two tight ends. There go Randy Moss. Right? So I think that's kind of how I see the Eagles, because Jalen has earned the right to say, hey, man, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. This is what I want to do this week. This is what I can slow grind you, or I can up-tempo you. I can ground and pound you. And just when you get sick of the ground and pound, bombs over Baghdad, touchdown. And that could be Lemon, that could be Brown, that could be Smith. Man, the Eagles are the most dangerous team, man, because they've shown – what do Dallas know about it? Jaden Daniels had 1 year. Matthew Stafford didn't come. They almost got beat by Carolina last year in the playoffs. Seattle, do they got bounce back power? Brock Purdy, ain't nobody scared of you. What? Caleb Williams had a good year. Caleb Williams got to come out of that division because Detroit's coming. There goes Jordan Love. Minnesota's going to be good. Oh, my God. Wait a minute. Y'all got Jonathan Grenard. You know what? I am sick of Howie Roseman. I'm like, wait a minute. Jonathan Grenard is an Eagle? Man, I'm done. I'm sick. Because I was like, Jonathan Grenard's an Eagle.
Yeah, you're saying that now. Just remember that they were this close to also getting Myles Garrett.
Listen, let me tell you something about Jonathan Grenard. Jonathan Grenard spends he played 1 year in Florida. He was a beast. He gets drafted, right, and he goes to Houston. He balls out. They flip flop. So after his 4th year, he gets his money to go to Minnesota. Danielle Hunter comes to Houston. I mean, Jonathan Grenard is still a baller. Now he's an Eagle. Signed for $100 million. I want to be Jonathan Grenard in another life. I'm just saying, this dude making his money. And when they asked him a question about the talent, oh man, we talk about Jalen Carter. Oh, we talk about Nolan Smith. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we talk about the guy. That's gonna be a big. To me, on defense, he can have a AJ Brown type contribution. He's not. Jonathan Grenard is not. He can rush. He can rush the passer. He's like a little bit bigger, more athletic, more ferocious Nolan Smith. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You're not able to make that trade if you're not trading AJ Brown. Let's be honest.
I know. Hey, listen, Howie is the best chess player in the NFL because he's saying, I'm getting veteran presence and production on defense. I am getting picks for the future. I am getting the problem out the building, and I still got the future under rookie contracts. What's the future? Both of my all-pro cornerbacks. I still got Nolan Smith. I still got Jalen Carter. Man, leave me alone. He's getting on my nerves, man. He's playing chess. And look at what he's doing with the money. He's letting these youngsters look at what happens when you do right by us, we do right by you. We gonna re-sign you. Right? And who's the biggest catalyst for that? Jordan Davis. Look at what they gave him. This is the same Jordan Davis that had to prove himself, and then they gave him his they said, listen, man, we're gonna sign you for your 5th year, you know. But you know what? You lost weight. You started balling. And guess what? Nobody wants to say this. You kind of was outplaying Jalen. So we give you money.
If you ask me, he outplayed Jalen Carter last season.
He did. He's a Jordan Davis.
Now Jalen Carter needs to outplay Jordan Davis this year and get
Oh,
his.
that's gonna be. It's gonna be. Listen, Jordan. Listen, your starting these line is Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Jonathan Grenard. Y'all got rid of Kobe Dean. You won't miss a beat. Got rid of Blankenship. Won't miss a beat. Y'all finna hurt people, man. Golly. I got the Blitnikoff winner. I got the John Mackey Award winner, and then I still bring over Hollywood Brown. Man, AJ Brown, who? Oh, you talking about the guy that played it last year? Won't miss him. You don't build your team to miss one player. That's how you build a good team. So Johnson gone. Blankenship gone. Darius Slay say, I will only play if the Eagles call me. Sorry, Darius. We got you. And y'all got what's his name? Ringo. What's his name from Georgia? He going to what, year 3? Man.
I think it's year 4, but yeah, Keely Ringo is I think.
Man, y'all listen. Y'all ain't got no problems. Y'all are a problem. The Eagles are a problem. A big one. So.
Speaking of problems, the New York fans don't ever talk about Philly fans ever again. Ever. Because I'm sure everyone's seen all the videos by now. You know, fans are being attacked. Fans are getting in fights. Some guy trying to light a Spurs fan on fire.
That's crazy.
I mean, listen. We know y'all crazy up there in New York. We know y'all can fight up there in New York. We do. We know this. We know these things, guys. You don't have to continue to remind us. But they did it to Spurs fans after Game 3 is ridiculous.
It took away. So you got the New York Knicks are hosting a freaking Game 3 in the Mecca, Madison Square Garden. You know it's going to be star-studded. You know, Donald Trump was in the building, sleep, just a bunch of crazy stuff, right? People had to get, and the craziness, if you're a worker, you had to get to the game at like 1 o'clock. If you were a fan, you had to be in line at like 4 o'clock. You couldn't do the pregame festivities. You couldn't do, you couldn't celebrate businesses that make a bunch of. You think about this for a second. Wait a minute, Steven. You gotta. Let's just say, Philadelphia is hosting, Eastern Conference Finals, even a Finals Game 3, and they shutting down all the restaurants. Dude, you know how much money I can make in one night, and then you lose the game. So now, as if to say, we got cameras everywhere. We got cameras on our phones, cameras on our watches, cameras in our glasses, cameras everywhere, and you want to do something stupid because you lost the game. Number 1, you're a clown. Number 2, you should go to jail. And number 3, if it was gonna be extra security because Donald Trump was in the building, which y'all got to think about having that type of security for the fans. Now, I hope that these are isolated incidents that happen, but it's stupid to be doing that. Like fighting fans. Come on, man. Let's. It took away from the game itself, but NYPD, whoever, we gotta do better because a Spurs fan should feel safe outside of MSG after a win or a loss, but obviously that wasn't the case. So yeah, I don't want to hear nothing else about Philly fans, which they definitely gonna live up to the reputation now. They
yes,
because
Yep.
But that's
I ain't gonna say nothing. But let's not have that to deter us from the fact that New York Knicks are up 2-1 in the NBA Finals. Now, can you tell me, because they playing tonight. They playing tonight, my friends. Game 4 is tonight, all right? Now, Ben, I want you to ask me. You've already seen this laid out. We've seen both of these teams play. Um, will the Knicks be the first New York team to win a major sports title since the Giants did it in 2021? I think they will. I think
Ew, yeah,
it pains me to my existence to
yeah,
say the New York Knicks are about to be NBA World Champions. I think that Ben Winyama isn't enough. He isn't enough.
yeah, yeah.
I think
Um,
another thing I'm going to point out, having both Karl Anthony Towns and Seattle's big man in this game definitely knocks Joel Embiid down several pegs as being the best big man in the NBA.
this is about the best scenario for the NBA moving forward because you got the biggest media market team maybe in sports in America. That's taking nothing away from the Lakers or the Yankees. Well, the Yankees obviously in New York too, but it's like the Knicks are one of the most beloved teams in America. They just
more of our entertainment personalities come out to Knicks games than they do Mets games, they do Yankees games.
Oh yeah, I mean,
any of the either of the New York football teams, quote unquote New York football teams, as they play in New Jersey. So they are one of the biggest sports media franchises.
Oh yeah. It's the New York Knicks are just good for sports. Period. When they're good, and if they're in the finals, I will say this: as much as we want to crown, Wembanyama, SGA, Jokic, Luka, if Jalen Brunson wins a chip with the Knicks, and the fact that two of his other teammates both all went to Villanova together and won 2 chips at Villanova. Ooh, Villanova recruiting is probably already going crazy right now. I think for the NBA, Adam Silver and company, they wanted to go 7 games. I don't know how it's going to go 7. Now, if Wembanyama and company can win tonight and it could be 2-2, I think got a shot to go 7. Because the Knicks, I think it'll go.
That's your prediction for Game 4.
My prediction for Game 4 is that the Spurs probably win Game 4. They go back to San Antonio and they win. And then I think the Knicks get the last 2. I think that's how it goes. I think it goes 2-1-2 or something like that.
I will say this.
I hope that it goes 7. But I do think that sometimes in the NBA we get so fixated on certain players. We want Ja Morant, we want Zion Williamson. You know what I'm saying? We want all these guys, and then here comes Jalen Brunson, a guy who just like. What is up with these Jalen's? Jalen Brunson in New York, Jalen Hurts in Philly. When you have to play for these gritty cities, people don't get like, dude, I play for the Knicks. So I got it, So yeah, I hope it goes.
One of our listeners said he said I need Knicks in 5 for real.
Well, look, I will say this. And this what scares me. If the Knicks win the chip, we're gonna have to deal with Cowboys fans. Because Cowboys fans always, you see, these other no, the Cowboys got to beat the Eagles. That's not gonna happen. So I think it's great for basketball. I mean, seeing, Patrick Ewing, obviously you're gonna see Spike Lee, Ben Stiller, all these celebrities coming out to see the game. Donald Trump will be the reason why there will never ever be another sitting president that's allowed to come to any kind of finals game. Like, nope. No, because we superstitious and all this kind of stuff. I know he's a Knicks fan of New York. He's a native New Yorker, but I think the Spurs are going to take it to at least 6 games. I think it's good for the NBA, but I think Jalen Brunson and company, Big Cat and company, those guys are saying, dude, we don't want to be up 2-0 and lose. Like, you don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's gonna happen.
They would not be able to survive a New York off season if they go up 2-0 and then fall.
Oh yeah, they're gonna have to go. They're gonna have to go overseas and off season. Like I'm just gonna spend, and they like, and they gonna find Knicks
Like,
fans over there.
We gotta spend the off season in Spain. This is Spain, guys.
Yeah, Derek Jeter was at the game. The captain. It was star studded, man, and you knew it was gonna be.
We got one for you. He's saying that Wembley getting away with these flagrant fouls has to be talked about. The guy's dangerous. He do be flowy with his elbows. I'll say it that way.
He does. He listen. Wemby gonna have to get with like a peanut butter, like with Jif or peanut butter company or something. He gonna have to be like someone. I can't. Greg Oden was doing an interview. And he was saying they was asking him about Wemby, and he said whenever he put on like that Giannis type muscle, it's gonna get it. Because right now it's just pure athleticism, but when they decide to get him out the paint, get your little skinny behind out here, move, get out. No, and Wemby is exciting to watch. I mean, he is. I mean, he's definitely one of the faces of the NBA. I'm not taking nothing away from him. But if you are the Knicks, you gotta want to make him earn it. Hey man, he's in year 2. You know, tallest man in the NBA, one of the best players in the NBA. So Jalen Brunson, I'm like, so I played at Villanova. Can I about that? So I'm looking forward to a good game 4. I just think that I just don't like it. What do we got right here?
Give Chet that peanut butter.
I'm just saying, man, he need it. Get it, crunchy peanut butter too, not the smooth one. He need the crunchy.
Oh man!
Listen, if Wemby do a peanut butter commercial, I'm gonna say, hey, they listening. With whole, and he needs whole milk. He don't need no 2%.
That year 2 made the finals. That's crazy.
Yeah, Magic made the finals in year 1.
Now, since we're talking about that, I got another one of my great lists that I come across, right? And we're gonna get into some baseball topics before we wrap this one up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm gonna reiterate, as much as it pains my existence to say it, the New York Knicks absolutely have to win this one, in my opinion. Create the star, like what Ben's saying. It has to go 7. Create the star, but it has to be the Knicks. It has to be the triplets from the Villanova Wildcat National Championship teams. That's a great story to tell.
Yep.
Great story to tell. What are your thoughts on this? What do you think are your biggest choke jobs in sports history to your memory?
Well, you already know. I mean, the number one choke job in sports history is my 5 was against New England, 28-3. That's the biggest choke job ever.
They have it here at 4.
Ooh.
They have it here.
Yankees. Oh, the Yankees ain't. The Yankees. The Houston.
So, as according to this list, they have the 04 ALCS, the New York Yankees. Absolutely should be on that list for that meltdown they had against the Boston Red Sox. And absolutely should be on this list. That is the 1993 wild card game, the Houston Oilers blowing that humongous lead to the Buffalo Bills and Frank Reich.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's Golden State. I think it's Golden State. I mean, you up 3-1. I mean, you got the most. That's the. You're not the best team in NBA history, but you had the best record in NBA history for the regular season, and you lose. Like with Steph, with Clay, with Draymond, with Andre Iguodala. That's how KD got there. So yeah.
So they got the 96, the 86 Boston Red Sox team that lost to the the Miracle Mets, right? Your Falcons is 4. Greg Norman's 96 Masters meltdown. Your aforementioned Golden State Warriors in the 2016 NBA Finals. They put Brazil's 1950 World Cup loss on here. Patriots lost to the aforementioned New York Giants in 2012. Um, Texas Rangers World Series in 2011. Same thing with the Boston Red Sox. Um, I love that they have they got Reggie Miller up here on the graphic though.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, oh man, my Falcons making the list, Golden State making the list. I like the fact that the Yankees, because the Yankees ain't. I mean, the Yankees' choke job could be they haven't won a World Series in a while. Wow for the Yankees, right? But no, if the Knicks, who haven't been to the final since '99, blow a 2-point, blow a 2-0 lead, it's one that's gonna make Stephen A. Smith even more popular. You know what I'm saying? He gonna find a way to use it to his advantage. And some of the most annoying fan base in sports is Dallas Cowboy fans. No doubt about it. They are the most annoying. Knicks fans ain't far off now. Knicks fans, they because whenever you are to wait till next year, that got invented in Dallas. Like if there was a store called Excuses, the Dallas Cowboy fans they'll go out of it. The Dallas got them all. Ooh, the Dallas Cowboy fans. The New York Knicks fans are very, very passionate. Extremely. If the Knicks lose, that's gonna be ugly. It's gonna get ugly
I don't think
because
they are, but I agree that it'll be ugly for the Knicks fan base. It won't be good for basketball. I think you want to have the New York Knicks basketball team to be a prevalent member of your playoff picture. It's if you're a sports a major one of the 4 major sports team, that's an area of the market you want in your postseason design. So yeah, they
yeah.
need to get it together. I hope they do it. I hope they do it.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
man. I mean, there are certain teams that are just good for sports in general. The Knicks are one of those teams, and I get it. I mean, you a Philly fan through and through. You know what I'm saying? The Phillies. You talk about the 76ers. I mean, it's like you are the Flyers. I get it. Like there are certain cities where people say who you root for, and you just look at them. What do you mean? Who do you root for during baseball season? What do you say? Who do you root for during hockey season? What? Like there is no and for New York fans, sorry Brooklyn, I don't even think Jay-Z root for Brooklyn, and he's from Brooklyn. So yeah, the Knicks. Hey man, if I was still living in Jersey and I had just lost my mind and I bought a ticket for the finals just to say where were you? I'm not paying that much money for no ticket. I mean, I'm not doing it. But and I've been to Madison Square Garden one time, and it was to watch Elmo on ice. I took my freaking tour. I'm serious. I did. Hey man, I never made it to a Knicks game. I never made it to a what they call them tournaments, man. They used to have there. Uh, what the Georgetown used to be in? Are they still in the same? What conference is Georgetown in? I'm finna get this wrong. Georgetown University Conference. I'm because I never hold on. Anyway, I done messed this up. Well, they're in the Big East. They in the Big East now. I don't know if they always been the Big East, but no, I mean, yeah. People used to ask, man, when you lived up there in the Jersey, how many years you ever make the Madison Square? I said, yeah, I went to see Elmo on ice, and no. I said, and when Elmo got there, It wasn't Elmo on Ice. I just seen Elmo or something. Man, we had all kind of people in there, Stephen. Man, we had every demographic, every nationality, every religious group, affiliation, and everybody kind of off to the side, kind of being standoffish with their kids. And all of a sudden, the song came on, la 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 la, Elmo's, where every kid in there rushed the stage, like it was Michael Jackson, like it was Beyonce, like it was.
Oh,
I'm
man.
serious, and what was so funny, we all laugh, all the adults, because we was kind of acting. You know how adults do. We act all stand up. When Elmo got on there, and the kids like, oh, it's him. It's him. Daddy, that's him. I said, yeah.
Elbo's here.
I'm trying to tell you, it was, you know what I'm saying? It was like, Daddy, you the best dad in the world. I said, hey man, you know, I do what I can. So yeah. But you know, I would if I'm a Knicks fan, this is what I save my money up for, to go to a finals game in the Mecca in MSG. So we'll see if they live up to it, man. But if they lose, it's gonna be great.
That fun time of the year where, you know, basketball and hockey's coming to an end, and we get to crown two new champions in two different sports.
Yeah.
But we're right around the corner from the All-Star game, but I'm not feeling very festive right now. And the All-Star game's in my backyard. I should be one that'd be heading down there, having some fun. I ain't had one here since like '96, right? So, and that's basically because like the news that's came out about Major League Baseball's proposal to the players, and that we're without a doubt now this is probably going to be last baseball season we're going to be able to watch for a while, because after what they said is that players are never going to accept
and they shouldn't.
A salary cap, and that basically right now having them take a salary cap is having them take a $500 million pay cut. That you know, this is you know, the Major League Baseball PA talking here, and basically said they're never going to accept that. He's not going to accept that. And
come up with another way.
So I think everyone should have just enjoyed this season that we're having right now, because probably won't get one next season, because I don't see them get anywhere near some reasonable things, being that what was leaked as what was in their proposal. I don't see them mending that fence anytime soon. I think we already knew this was coming to a head last season when Commish was doing his rounds, and Bryce Harper told him to get the bleep out of his bleeping dugout.
And he should have. Well, Stephen, I mean, there are certain things that we're gonna love about baseball, and the one thing is the no salary cap. Because here, the reason why I don't want to go to salary cap, that means that all the Yankees teams that were just, you know, spending money like water, you know, it's like, I don't like that. The salary cap has never been the problem when it came to MLB. It's other things, right? It's real bad teams not even trying during the season. Why don't the real bad teams in the MLB actually start spending money to be competitive? You play too many games to be that awful.
No, I think there should be a floor. There should be a floor, right?
Yep.
But I don't know if you can define a ceiling.
Well, you're gonna always have a Bryce Harper, a Juan Soto.
Yeah,
you're gonna have, you know
Phillies,
what I'm saying? But those aren't. But I will say this about baseball: for every Ohtani, or, you know, I mean, a Bryce Harper or Juan Soto or those type guys, most guys are making good money in the MLB. They're not getting 300, 400 million. Now you're gonna have outliers, right? Like, I'm gonna tell you a guy. Okay, I don't know what the Braves are gonna do. You know, I mean, when it comes around Acuna, because they gave him 100 million when they didn't have to back in the day, and he's still playing under it. That's not gonna keep going on. And what happens is We don't have a bunch of
We just had to pay
$300 million
$300
players.
million that for Trey Turner, so I don't want to hear that.
It really
Ronald,
just depends.
Ronald
Yeah,
McKinney should get $500 million in an open market.
it's always going to be a head scratcher when you give a player so much money and the team still is the same. Because if I'm paying a $300 million Mike Trout, you knew you were going to have to pay him when you paid him. Like there's no doubt about it. He was the best player in baseball, and it doesn't matter. At one point, you have Mike Trout and Shohei. Who cares?
And they
The
couldn't
Angels
get
are
to the
open.
playoffs. They
Yeah,
couldn't
the
get to
Angels,
the
like
playoffs.
Mike Trout will go down in history as the only, well, to me, you were the best player in baseball and you're never going to win a World Series. That's never happened in basketball. That's never happened in football. That doesn't happen in soccer. That doesn't happen in track or tennis or golf. I mean,
Glad
Rory
you mentioned that.
McIlroy wins
I'm glad you
back-to-back
mentioned that
Masters. That
because
was the only. Hey, can Rory McIlroy win? He won back-to-back Masters. NASCAR with Dale Earnhardt and Dale Earnhardt Jr. And it's just crazy how Mike Trout is one of the best players to ever come through the MLB. No World Series, not even close. Like not even. I mean, he's at
I don't
Philadelphia
know if you
Eagles
heard the
games.
rumors, but I it is probably the strongest I've heard him here. But Mike Trout, the Phillies rumors, as loud as I've ever heard it. As loud as I've ever heard it.
I mean,
You talk about cheating, that would be cheating.
I
In
will
that,
say this. I will. Okay, I will say
in
this.
that lineup, in that lineup.
If
Think
if
about
if 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 the Philly, Lord, if I look at ESPN bottom line, I'm saying this right now. If Mike Trout becomes a Philly, I am going to absolutely lose it. Because that means if Bryce Harper has Mike Trout, he has none. You don't got no excuses. I don't care
well, I
who's
mean,
on the mound.
I already sit there and said it. I think it's Kyle Schwarber's team right now, if you ask me.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you can't get it done and you got Trey Turner, which is arguably the best contact infielder that we have in baseball right now. You got Kyle Schwarber, who's arguably the best power hitter we have in baseball. That's not named Aaron Judge, right? Okay, I think we all agree upon that, right? And then you got Harper, and then you find a way to add Mike Trout to that. If you don't get it done there, the city would probably burn down Citizens Bank Park itself. They wouldn't even they wouldn't even give them a chance to.
I, let me say this: the NL East is already a gauntlet. Sorry, Mets. We talk about the
Well,
Nationals?
like you have to think about it. Like since the move of moving on from Rob Thompson to Donnie Baseball, Donnie Mattingly. I mean, that they were last month. The Phillies were 18-10. I mean, you talked about this that we thought that it was going to be a two-team race.
Yeah. Well, the Phillies are like this. If the Phillies get that type of
They're
man,
they're only, I think as of right now, they're only like a game and a half out of the wild card.
y'all,
As
I
bad
believe, I believe that the MLB wants Bryce Harper to win a chip, and I'm not to win a pin. I'm not mad at that because Bryce Harper in the playoffs is the opposite of James Harden. He is lights out. He is incredible. I just think that what MLB is really saying is, have we done ourselves a disservice to have this type of talent of Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber? You talk about and Mike, because once
They,
again,
they need that trade to happen just so we don't get another Dodgers World Series.
because
And
the thing about the Dodgers is that make me sick is they don't have no weaknesses. The Dodgers ain't got none. It's they don't. And it make me sick.
But if
They
you
that
think about it,
good.
that's the beautiful thing about it, because then it's just you leave it up to as they say, any given Sunday, right? Well, any night in baseball,
Yeah, look.
any night in
th-
baseball, brother.
I mean, let me just say this because I know my Braves fans gonna be looking at this. I am in no way in favor of Mike Trout coming to the field. That's not what I'm saying. It is going to
That's
piss
kind of
me
what it
off.
sounded like you were saying,
No, no,
though.
no, no, no. But what I am saying that the fan in me says no. The optimist in me and understanding what's good for sport, I can see it. I can see it. And the reason why I can see it is because the Angels let Ohtani go over to the Dodgers. They did not want to do that. They did not want to do that. But they was like, dude, we can't pay two of them. So ask Bryce Harper, are you willing to take a pay cut to bring in Mike Trout? It's going to be the quickest. What? Yes. Mike Trout? Yeah. So I got to go from what? 50 million to 48.2.
I already said it's probably going to have to involve, like, if that trade happens, it'll probably be like, you'll have to give him, like, Aaron Nola, like, our basically our, second to third top starting pitcher, right?
It's gonna piss me off though. I mean, if that's what's about to happen.
The Phillies have enough assets, and then you give him like an Adolis Garcia, maybe even giving them both of your prospects. You give them both.
I give them every prospect I got to give Mike Trout.
See how it goes.
I give them future prospects to get Mike Trout. Mike Trout, yeah, makes sense.
You have to think that means you would have Schwarber, Trout, and Harper till the end of the career. How many guys? How many teams?
I mean, look, when you talk about Matt Olson and Ozzie Albies and Ronald Acuna, the guys we got, like in order to win in the NL East, you got to have bats. I know you got to have pitchers. You got to have bats because these teams, when they bats are on fire, we're talking about teams that can score 6-7 runs in an inning if they get hot. And so I think for the Fields, they're saying, dude, we got
like
to
I said,
have,
it's all hypothetical right now, just rumors. But if that happens, I think, but that also gives you that right-handed bat behind Harper that he needs. He's been desperate for it. So we'll see if it comes to fruition. I know we're talking about Harper, but I think Christopher Sanchez, we were just talking about needing pitching, I think has been probably the most surprising player in baseball this season. Almost catching Earl Hershiser's crazy scoreless streak there. I think he fell like 2 or 3 innings shy of it. I think Hershiser's record was like 55 scoreless innings, and Chris Sanchez did like 52 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He may be your next Cy Young Award winner here in Philadelphia since Roy Halladay too. We'll see. I know that's not what you want to hear as a Braves fan. You're like, oh, so you're just gonna run us down like a bunch of dogs at the end of the season.
I will say this. I mean, I don't like it, but maybe it's a compliment to what the Braves have done. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't gonna. I'm not gonna feel good about it, but that's a lot of star power in one freaking division. Like the NL East has become what? It's already must-see TV because of how this division plays out, but. The Phillies are like, look, man, we're in a window. What is gonna take us to the next level? I mean, it's gonna piss me off, but I understand. I understand.
It's more like you accepted it and hope
I'll never accept it. But I'll be like, you know what, man? Here we are. Here it is.
All right, bro. We gotta wrap this one up. You know how I typically do it is. Any parting words, final shots, final words for our listeners? The time is yours, my friend.
Man, congratulations to your youngin graduating today, Steven. Those daddy-son moments are incredible. Always fun being on the fan in the end. I know you guys missed us last week. We ain't going nowhere. And if Mike Trout is coming to Philly, Mike Trout gonna have to come over here and explain himself. Come on up. But no, it's always fun catching up with you, Stephen and Marvin. You know we love you, man. We miss you, man. You know it's a Marvin Powerful Hall of Fame every week.
Yes, sir. It is Marvin Powell Hall of Fame every week here on the Fan in the End, and we'll get Marvin back on here next week. You know, different time slot, graduation, and all that. But again, appreciate everyone's time. Our listeners, people commenting in the chats. My team here on the Fan in the End, Ben, Marvin. We will see you guys next week with some more sports in your life. Some more. We'll see who's the next Stanley Cup champion, NBA Finals champion. Is there any more craziness going on in football? You have to tune in next week to find out. I'm Steve. He's Ben. This was another episode of The Fate in the End. We'll catch you on the rebound, my friends. Peace on out.